So today I'm going to be unboxing the Reaper Bones 5 Kickstarter core set. I'm going to open these other two expansions as well, but I'm going to do those in a later video because I figure it's probably going to be long enough already. But while I do so, I was just going to talk a little bit about kind of the pros and cons of doing this Kickstarter, as well as kind of the cheapest way I've found to get miniatures. And I'm not a big miniature person. This is kind of my first big buy for miniatures anyways. And so I'm going to show some of that stuff off, talk a little bit about what we're planning on doing with this stuff on the channel, as well as show some of the stuff I've already painted, because I am by no means a professional painter. I'm very much an amateur. This is something I'm just getting into, so this is going to be perfect for those of you who are kind of newer to the hobby or thinking about getting into miniatures and thinking about getting into painting miniatures. This will be a great opportunity, and this channel will be a great place where you can kind of see what you could expect being a novice, new painter and miniature builder. So the core set came with kind of three main things. One of them is this dice set, which is, I think they called it Sophia's like lucky dice or something. They're not too bad. They're just dice, not really what I was looking for, but they're cool enough. It also came with this giant bag of, I think it's like 25 big bases and 50 of the little bases. So if these don't come with bases on them, they give you a whole ton, which is awesome. And you can use these for other miniatures or building your own or whatever you want to do if that's something you're interested in. So a bunch of those too. And with that being said, let's go ahead and get into the core set here. So this is the core set box. Just real quick, these are some of the miniatures that are in there. I'm really looking forward to painting this guy, which we'll do eventually, as well as this one, which is really cool. It's like a beholder, but it's pumpkins. So if you're going to do like a one-shot for Halloween, that would be perfect. So we're going to go ahead and cut into this real quick. And let's see what's inside. So this is my first time ever doing a Kickstarter. Wow, that's a big bag of plastic. Take all that out of there, tear it up. All cool. So they all come in their own individual sealed little mini bags so that you can keep all the same pieces together, which is nice. Real nice. Wow. Anyways, okay, so this is my first time ever doing a Kickstarter, let alone getting a bunch of plastic miniatures. As such, oh man. So I don't know if you can see this very well. Let's try and get a nice one of it. We're just going to cut a couple of these open to kind of show you what they are like. Wow, look at the detail on that. So this is like a little pumpkin guy, so this would also be good for like a Halloween one shot, but see if I can get a really good focus on it. Oh. So anyways, comes with all this stuff. Looks like you got to glue quite a bit of him on there, which is also something I've never really done with miniatures, is a lot of gluing. But I'm looking forward to getting into all this stuff and trying it out. And there's like another like witch or somebody with like bones there. You can't really see that very well, but anyways, so it comes with all this different plastic. So anyways, I'm going to kind of talk a little bit about the pros and cons of all these kind of miniatures. And they all come in their own sprues, which is great too. So they don't get, okay, here we go. This is what I'm looking for. So it looks like there are quite a few that come as one piece. So here's one, like a little elephant ranger guy. Sword and stuff. See if I can get good focus in on him. Not really, but anyways, getting really excited to paint these things, man. So, some pros and cons to these. The pros is these miniatures are dirt cheap, and I mean dirt cheap. I think, so for the core box, it was like 120 bucks or something, plus the shipping. And it came with something like 150 miniatures. I'll probably put up a little thing that says what it was in actuality. But it comes down to something like 79 cents a miniature. So that includes everything from like this tiny little stump guy all the way up to some of the bigger miniatures that I'll show you here in a minute. So there's another good one of this elf ranger. See, this is a different one, but it's the same kind of guy. So you can make 5 or 6 guys that look similar. So some of them do come as one piece, which is great because sprues are fun, but sometimes hard. So I'm going to kind of keep all the ones in plastic over here. So let's see if we can find some bigger ones for you. Here's a couple that are a little bigger, but so pros. They are dirt cheap to get, and I mean absolutely dirt cheap. To kind of counteract that, one of the cons is you don't get these miniatures for, I think it took almost 2 years to get all these. So there are some like little tiny parts. So here's, see if I can get this focus in real good again. Come on, you can do it. So this is like a little guy that would go on this horse here. See if I can get it. Come on, you can do it. Anyways, so this little horse here. So this is a little, kind of like a Nazgul almost, that would go on this horse. But there are some tiny little bits floating around. So I think I'm going to put this guy back inside his bag so I don't lose all the little pieces to him. I'm going to have to go through and put all these guys in little bags if there's more like that. But for the most part, they're all on a spruan. But they are all individually bagged, which is great, because that means you're not going to lose all the little pieces to them. And they're all going to be together, which is great. So, cons. It takes forever to get these miniatures. Like I said, I think it took almost 2 years to get these ones here. And I mean, I'm really happy. Wow, look at the quality on these. And like you can see, I'm bending this pretty good. Like, I've got small kids. And so these things being able to take a beating, I mean, I could probably throw this guy all day and he's not going to break. Like, that's pretty impressive. This is like a little baby rock elemental or some kind of like rock monster, which is kind of cool. It looks like there's a whole bunch in this bag. 5 or 6 of them. And like, so you can see here, this is a big bag. It looks like it's a whole bunch of different monsters in here. Probably open that up in a minute and show you a couple of those cool things. These are all, oh wow, these are all kobolds. Let's see what these come looking like. So this is my first time ever doing this. And so this video is probably going to be really long and I'm going to ramble a lot, but I mean, look at that. Let's see if I can get it to focus in real good. Come on. I think those boxes in the background are messing it up. I might move those in a minute, but because it was working just a minute ago. Anyways, there's a whole bunch of these guys. It looks like there's 2 on a spruan. They're all completely done, which is great because that makes them a whole easy to paint. I mean, look at this. Okay, look, I can basically bend this dude's axe just completely in half if I wanted to. So that's kind of the bonus with these Reaper bones is they're super flexible, I guess, and like they're not going to break. Like I'm twisting this axe guy's arm almost completely off, it feels like. But I mean, it just goes right back to where it should, which might be a problem when I get to painting them, but we'll see. So, I mean, this is just a whole bunch of really cool things here. Let's see if I can find some really cool some of the bigger things. This looks like it's a bag of different adventurers and things, which is awesome because I don't have any of those. These are all catfolk. It looks like all but maybe one of them is in one piece, which is great because that will make them a whole lot easier to put together. So anyways, so pros to this, they're dirt cheap. Cons, it takes forever to get them. Like I said, almost 2 years I've been waiting. I think I ordered them in October of 2019, just before the COVID hit, and it's now July of 2021, so something like 20 months. Oh, this is kind of a cool one. Let's open this up and show it. So this one is like a little, like, dragon hybrid. So you can see here, nice. This is like its tail and its legs, and it looks like it's like a lion or a saber-toothed cat or something. You can see that kind of. There we go. There's a little, it was there for a second and then it was gone. Anyways, I mean, it's definitely in a couple of pieces, but it's cool looking. It's got these beautiful wings. Holy cow. Look at the detail on those. Wow. Holy crap. That's impressive. That's real impressive. Because it's not every day you get to see something that's like that. And I've painted some miniatures, but they are just not as detailed as these. And these are really good detail. And they're really flexible, so they're not going to just like bust into a billion pieces. Whoa. This has a whole bunch of other little monsters and big monsters in it. Let's see. So it looks like it's a, oh, what are these called? Like a kleptopas or something? They got these big spiked tails there that you can see. Wow. And a lot of these come with their own bases. So I don't know why the core set came with all those extra bases, but this is another little monster. This is some other something. I can't really, oh, it's like a Krampus. It's got like a little holiday gift bag in there and stuff. Huh. Anyways, let's get this big one here and show you guys this one, because this is one I'm probably going to paint fairly soon, just because I think it's so cool. So this one in the thing was called the Watcher in the, or the thing in the well or something. Oh, it's like completely hollow, which is nice, because then it can fit nicely in this right here. So it just clips right in, right there. Boom. Oh wow, that fits together real nice. That'll be super easy to like glue in there. Or you could not glue it. You could just put it down and then put this down on top of it. Oh, and it all fits in this tiny little well thing. And then you can just, look, it's just a normal well, guys. Bam! Now there's a monster. And then it's got all these spots for its little tentacles to come poking out. And it's got like 5 or 6 of them. 5. Wow, look at the detail on these. I don't know if you can see it real well. I'm going to try and get it. Oh yeah, I think I'm going to move those boxes. I mean, it's got these little suckers and hooks. Like, this is really detailed. I'm excited to paint these. Wow. So, I mean, this miniature, this whole thing right here, 79 cents. This is like a full handful of plastic. Cost me 79 cents. So, I mean, you can get a whole lot of miniatures and a whole lot of cool ones for, like I said, dirt cheap. Dirt cheap. If you're willing to wait. And, I mean, you can always go on, like, eBay or something and try and find someone who's selling all their miniatures for cheap, but then you're going to have to compete for them. You might not get everything, you don't know what you're going to get. With this, they tell you exactly what you're going to get and how much it is, and, I mean, again, it's just absolutely dirt cheap. This one's got some, like, skeletons in it, and some, like, zombie-looking wolves and stuff. So, anyways, so this is just kind of a general unboxing of showing you kind of what's in here. Wow, those are huge. There's like these translucent little like spells. These are like spell effects or something. we'll show you some of those later too. But so basically, what we're gonna do with the Kickstarter is with all this stuff is I'm gonna paint it all up. I'm gonna paint every single thing of it up. Whoa. Okay, let's show you this one. And I'm going to be showing a lot of the ones that I paint on the channel. Oh, this is so cool. So this is like a loot golem, I think is what they called it in the Kickstarter. But it's like, you can't really see it because it's see-through. But there's like this here is this big giant gem in its chest. And it's got this big giant, you know, arm. It's got a shield here that's kind of, and the whole thing's kind of see-through, which is so cool. Wow. I mean, look at that. That's just beautiful looking. And once this gets painted, it's going to be awesome because it's translucent. I don't know how I'm going to paint that because I've never done that before, but it's going to be cool. At the very least, challenging. Anyways, so as I was saying, basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through, paint these miniatures. So if there's anything that you want to see painted or you know, you want to see how I paint as an amateur, what your stuff might end up looking like. Wow, these are like peasants and zombies and stuff. Huh. So that's what we're going to do with all this stuff, is we're going to, oh, so this is the little pumpkin guy. We'll cut him out, show him to you real quick too. So this is all organized actually really well. I was kind of afraid it was going to just be a bunch of plastic pieces. Let me actually see if I can actually put this guy together really quick while I talk. I'm really bad at this whole talking and doing stuff, huh? Anyways, wow, so cool. Yeah, it just snaps right in there. I mean, it definitely is going to need some glue to be finalized, but I mean, this thing's already looking so cool. Like, I barely even done anything. I just put them in the thing. See, I don't even know where these go. So that's one thing I guess I am a little concerned about, is it doesn't tell me where any of these pieces go on here. And it's kind of hard with just trying to look around the camera, but I'll figure it out later. But I mean, he's already most of the way together right there. Just got to connect his little arms on there. And like, look at how detailed that is. For 79 cents for this, that's amazing. Can't really see it very well, but that thing is detailed as crud. There's like all these little, like, this is going to be fun to paint. Anyways, so there's a lot of these miniatures. I'm going to go through, kind of the next couple of videos is going to be more unboxings, which I'll probably do both of those in the next one because this isn't real exciting. But then I'm going to put everything together so you can see what all the miniatures look like once they are all glued and put together, and see what they look like. And then again, I'm just going to paint them and show what it's like to paint these. There's a really big golem guy right there that you can kind of see, but he's actually all put together already. I don't have to do any gluing or anything, and he's like, what's that, 3 inches tall? I mean, that's a big miniature. He's really cool looking too, and so detailed. There's like all these little cracks in him, stuff you can't see very well. But, and we'll show some of these miniatures off once I get them all assembled and have figured out my camera a little bit better. But man, this is like a couple of different dragons in here. Dang, I'm excited to paint all these up. So this is kind of what you'll get. Oh, there's another translucent one. That's all. This is a dragon. That's a dragon. That's gonna be awesome. So yeah, so I'm gonna have, I'm not a big, like I said, I haven't done a lot of miniatures. I'll show off a couple right now of just little ones that I've done, so you kind of know what you'll be looking at. Let me see if I can grab it. So this one's an alien miniature that I just like the alien stuff. And so I found this on eBay for dirt cheap. Like, I think it was like $2 or $3 or something, because I got it for a steal, painted it up. You can't really see it very well. Hold on. Slow. Okay, there, that's not too bad. So you can see I made it look kind of a little bit glossy with a gloss varnish. A little bit of black paint. some dry brushing was basically all this was. It was pretty easy to do. Tried to make the ground look kind of nasty, but I mean, this thing was a blast to paint. And we'll have more alien mini. Well, we'll have one more alien miniature I'll probably paint on here that's going to be so cool. Let's show you this guy real quick too. So this is like a little Rohirrim soldier from Games Workshop's Lord of the Rings stuff. And I painted this guy forever ago, but he's not too bad looking, but he's not great, that's for sure. So, I mean, this kind of stuff you'll see. I'll show you how I paint stuff and layer stuff and highlights and washes and all that kind of stuff. Let's see, there's one more back here. There's another little Rohirrim guy that I painted once upon a time. If I get to focus. There we go. So, yeah. Again, I'll show off some of these other new miniatures I got in my other video. After I get them all assembled, I'll probably do a time lapse and then show a couple of the really cool ones off. But, I mean, these guys, they're fun to paint. I like painting. I haven't done it a whole lot, but it's a lot of fun. So this is kind of what you can expect when you do a Reaper's Bones, which I highly recommend. They were very professional about it. I think it was like every 2 or 3 weeks they were giving out updates of like how production was going and things we could expect. They told us when it was going to be, because originally these were all going to be coming in May, I think it was, and they didn't come, like I said, until July here. And so, I mean, there's so many miniatures here. This is blowing me away. I am, like, you have no idea how excited I am to do this. Here's this little golem guy I was talking about earlier who is 3 feet tall. Or not 3 feet, 3 inches. Yeah, not 3 feet, duh. But, I mean, do you see all those little, you can kind of see them, not very well, but you can see all these little cracks in here. They're just everywhere, man. They're just everywhere. Come on, focus on them. There we go. There's a nice focus in. I mean, can you see the level of detail on that? Like, that is just incredibly detailed. Incredibly detailed. And this is all plastic. It's not metal. It's plastic. I mean, he kind of bends a little bit, not a whole lot, but you can see kind of the flexing that he does. And, I mean, he's ripped already. But, I mean, so cool. So, anyways, real excited to paint some of these up and see how they end up looking. A lot of them come on spruons like this, which is totally fine with me. And I've never really glued miniatures before. Even this one, didn't have to glue it. Not at all. Not a single drop of glue in this miniature. It was all one piece. These guys, all I had to do was like glue on the shield. So I've never done full construction on something like this, where it's like you have to glue the arms on, the feet on, or these dragons, like it's the wings, the head, the arms, the legs, the base, like you gotta glue all that on, which I've never done before. So, I mean, this is kind of what you can expect going into this. Again, I would highly recommend it as of this point. We'll see how long it takes me to put them all together, and then I might change my tune. But, I mean, there are just so many miniatures here, and they are really cool. Like, I mean, even just this one guy, probably retail. Let's see if I can get a good shot of this guy again. Probably not, but this guy retail, this one little miniature, I mean, you probably get 2 of them or something for like $5. Cost me 79 cents. 79. I think the ones in here, they cost me like $1 each, and the ones in there cost me like $1 each. So all in all, I think I paid like 89 cents a miniature if you include the core set and the 2 expansions. But I mean, it's something like 200-300 miniatures. Like, it's a ton. So I'm gonna try and get all this stuff painted before the next Reaper Bones Kickstarter is delivered, because I'm probably gonna do that one too. Because I think it's a great price, it's a great product. All you have to do is wait, and you know what? I think it's totally worth the wait to get these. Like this guy, I mean, let me see if I can get this shield to get a focus on it real good. I mean, look, this is this pumpkin dude's shield. Like, look at all that detail. All of that. Like, and this is going to look so good once it's painted. Well, I mean, other people are probably going to make it look a whole lot better than I do, but I'm still going to think it's cool. Anyways, so that's kind of just the video. Again, I'm planning on painting all these up. If you want to see them, subscribe. I'll be putting stuff up hopefully every week, if not at least every other week. We'll do some big batch paints. We'll do some painting of the bigger miniatures, and we'll get this stuff looking real nice. I'll probably put up another video of both of these being unboxed, and we'll go from there. So yeah. Anyways, thanks for coming and watching, and we'll see you later.